Welcome to the six-figure identity training. If you're watching this live right now, give me a hashtag live. If you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay. Okay, if you would like a customized strategy for you to transition and build your remote closing career, give me a hashtag clarity in the chat. Okay, I see Andrea is on. I see Jimmy is on. Okay, for those of you catching the replay, feel free to comment along as well. Okay, so hashtag clarity if you like a personalized roadmap. Okay, a customized strategy for you to transition and build your remote closing career. Today's training is focused on your inner world, your inner game, the mind aspect of things, your identity. Okay, your identity. So this part of the training does not concern the sales techniques yet. It does not concern the skills or strategy yet. I'd like those to come later because basically there are two types of closers that need today's training. Number one, if you feel like, yeah, you're right, Sean, the strategy and skills, like it's not relevant now because at this stage of the learning curve, at this stage of being in my job, at this stage of I can't even navigate because I'm feeling overwhelmed. How many of you feel that way? Give me an overwhelm in the chat. Overwhelm in the sense of I know I want to do this, but I can't figure out how. I don't know how. I'm feeling so overwhelmed because either of my work, either of my job, either because of my family, like the emotional burden itself, the stress from being under the pressure, almost like being crushed under this learning curve. When I first tried my hand at drop shipping, that's exactly how I felt. When I first tried my hand at copywriting, that's exactly how I felt. And that's the way it is. That is the way it is. In the beginning, being at the start of the learning curve, the overwhelm, I want you to understand it is not your fault. Even if there was a lack of support before this, a lack of guidance, a lack of coaching, like qualified coaching, it is not your fault because when you are right at the bottom of so eagerly wanting to learn something, but the learning curve is so steep, it is natural. Now, the other possibility is you have the skills, like you have the strategy, like logically, you understand all those things. But somehow you consistently find yourself over the months or even years stuck underneath an income ceiling. And now you know you're starting to see that it is because of your paradigm. So which one are you? Number one or number two? Put it in the chat and let me know. The central focus of today's training is for you to see what is paradigm, and more specifically, what is my definition of paradigm and how it impacts you directly as a remote sales closer. Now, other people might start to teach this. They might try to, follow what I'm doing and start talking about mindset and paradigm. I want you to understand my definition of paradigm because that is something that people can't copy because it was my journey. It's my magic. Okay, and it's going to be your magic too. Your paradigm affects everything. Everything. I can't stress this enough, especially in ways that we can't even see. It's so hard to see what is happening because our paradigm, it's our subconscious, it's everything. There's so many ways your paradigm can outsmart you and keep you under its control. It thinks it's trying to keep you safe. But what it is just a program. So my challenge to you is after today's training, will you be able to see the paradigm for what it is and take full control? Because if you don't, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 1, 2 years from now, and I've been around long enough to say that, and I check in with you, if you're still at the same place doing the same things and you know it, then you know for sure it is not a skill problem, it is not a strategy problem, it is the paradigm. Now, let's go into the specifics. What exactly is a paradigm? As I was saying, it is like this invisible command center. It is a command center inside of you that controls all your habits on autopilot. What did you do the first thing before you sleep last night? What was the first thing you did? First thing you woke up today? And the entire day, the entire week, the entire month, this whole year, what have you been doing? Consciously, you might not want to be doing those things. But you look back at the entire month and the entire year, what you will see is the whole paradigm in action. That's what it is. And my question to you is, are you happy with those habits? Some of you have gave me feedback that, hey, sometimes, Sean, the words are a little bit too small. So don't worry. At the end of today's training, I will give you a chance to get access to the notes. Okay, I have some special notes for today's training. So if you want access to today's notes, comment #notes below. Okay, and my team will start forwarding you the relevant resources. Okay, but for now, I want you to focus on what I'm saying. It's not just running your habits. It's your innermost, your deepest beliefs that you can't see, but the beliefs are there. It's invisible. Beliefs about wealth, beliefs about what is the level that you can actually perform at, beliefs about success. And some of you know this. However, I have to say, okay, that most closers, they skip this part. They conveniently skip this part and they rush straight into doing hard work. Whether it is hard work at their job or hard work in the internet closing world, they skip this phase and they go straight into the hard work. And do you know why that happens? It is a subconscious way, it is the paradigm's way of escaping. That's what it is. It is an escape. Because looking at ourselves, if we are not ready to do it, if we don't have guidance, it can be very harsh and painful. But you can't deny that the beliefs are there since childhood, since your upbringing, since your environment that you were accustomed with. You just naturally gravitate towards that paradigm. And it's so hard to counter the paradigm. So by the time you even try with your conscious mind, after your work, after your job, or after a whole day of trying to make closing work, you just try to take action. And the paradigm always wins. How many of you relate to this? It's as if the results are predetermined. If you relate to this, give me a relate in the chat, in the comments. And the biggest mistake that I see closers do is they take one or two classes on mindset and they say to themselves, oh, I have done the mindset part. I have completed two modules. What's next? Now, how do I get the money? What the hell? I've spent the last 10, 11 years studying and applying and I am not one of those theory guys. The reason I went to study mine is to apply it in my childhood, apply it in my growth, apply it in my physique, apply it in my sports career, apply it in my martial arts career, my martial arts business, like my whole life, because of my weaknesses, I went to study and apply my. So I'm not one of those theory guys that got certified and teach you a bunch of beliefs. Like I live this stuff. So when I see the kind of things that you guys go through, I understand what it takes to one by one break those beliefs. Does it make sense? It's not about how many classes you take. Okay, they rush, these closers, they rush to get into the game. They completely skip this process. So they have no foundation. Some of them are escaping, some of them are in denial. But think about this, if you don't understand your own command center and you rush into closing, sales is very pressurizing. Like sales teams, sales leaders, they have no mercy. This is a ruthless game. It is not a comfortable space. If you want comfort, stay in your job where you just do your predictable list of things for the day and you're done. But if you come to this online sales space, it is merciless because if you don't perform in just one notice, they can just release you, fire you, hire the next closer that's willing to put in the effort. That closer burns out, they fire the closer, they hire a new one. This closer burns out, they fire the closer, they hire a new one. This is a merciless space. So tell me, does it make sense to skip this foundation? Is it wise? You have no idea how many closers I've seen come and go and they just implode from within. They just self-sabotage from within. Yeah, in the beginning, when they were young, when they have the energy, of course, the hype is there, the theory is there, and yeah, we can do it, let's go. 3 months later, I check in, they're done. So you tell me, what is the cost of skipping this training and staying in denial? Now, give me a quick update. Let me know which one are you. Are you here to build a remote closing career, but you don't feel like you have the mental fortitude to soldier through the learning curve? If that's you, give me a 1 in the chat. If you have already invested and been through a few programs and you're still stuck, give me a 2 in the chat. If you're already closing and you wanted to get to the next level, either to break your income ceiling, to build a sales team, or to build multiple streams of income, give me a 3 in the chat. Okay, just want to get a feel of where you guys are at. Okay, if you're watching the replay, comment along as well. I'll take a deep breath and exhale and relax. And I want you to imagine if you had the full, complete paradigm of a six-figure closer, how would your present reality be different? Would the bed that you sleep on every night be the same? Would the workplace that you use to work be the same? Will your habits be the same? Think about it. And do you want this paradigm? Yes or no? Because some closers, They don't want it. They don't really want it. They're dancing around. Okay, that's what it is. But if you want it, give me a yes in the chat. Now, I know you want it, but I need you to understand this paradigm is not something you buy online. The copywriters, the internet marketers that want to ramp up their sales, that's their job to convince you that it is easy, that, oh, it's already done for you. A paradigm is never, write this down, write this and paste it on the mirror where you shave every morning or where you put your makeup. This paradigm is never done for you. If someone tells you that you can buy this through either an upsell or value ladder or things like that, now it's their job to hit their target. So they will write in a convincing way, right? They will sell in a convincing way. But the reality is, you can't download this shit. I'll tell you from personal experience. I went through the following phases, just like you. Obviously, phase one, we are in the darkness, right? The learning curve. Phase two, I started getting my first wins. And when I say a win, I don't mean like a C grade influencer, or not even a B minus influencer. I'm talking about quality, established influencer that had my interest, that took care of me, that prioritized my well-being, my income, and this is like a wet dream for us closers. And I've had 2 to 3 of these opportunities over the last 3+ years. And now I know how to do it, and my students know how to do it. Phase three, I was like, okay, getting money is not a problem, getting influencers is not a problem, but I can't keep spending that money away, right? Like, how do I leverage on these wins and actually build something so that I can get my own place? I can pursue my passion. I can travel consistently. I can build a family. Like, I have an actual thing. Like in the beginning, like earning that few hundred, few thousand. Okay, that phase is over. Now, how do I build that into a real thing? And today you can see I have my own business. I have my own brand. Today I close because I like to close. I get the kick out of closing. Now, my point to you is these phases, you can't buy it. And I did not jump from phase 1 to 4 overnight. Those marketers and those writers and those closers that sell sales program to salespeople and they have not closed anything else, they need you to believe that, oh, you can skip the stages, but you can't. Because each phase had its respective set of challenges, true or false. Now, those of you trying to get from 1 to 2, those of you trying to get from 2 to 3, each phase demands a completely different version of yourself. The you from 2017 is not the same as the you in 2018, true or false. The you in 2018 is not the same as you in 2019, 20, and 21. Every year you grew, so your life changed. And these phases are not normal. Because why? Some people spend their entire lives over here. Look at the people you know. Who comes to mind? Some people, they stay stuck here all their lives. Some people, they get trapped here and then they fall back. This is all the paradigm doing its thing. But if you consciously can see it and take control, you'll see that, okay, if I really, really want this different reality, just now I ask you, do you really want this? If your answer is yes, if you really want to make the leap, then you have to accept. You have to accept that there needs to be a new version of you. And this is not easy. Killing the old version of you is not easy. Just think about how difficult it is to just kill one habit. Now, if I ask you to kill all of the habits, who can do it? Who has the determination to do it? And if you can't do it, don't tell me you want to graduate. You can't. And don't have this idea that, well, 3 months, 2 years, like give me time. Some closers love to say that, give me some time. I'm going to buy a few programs first. I want to try, and maybe this is the comfort zone. What we want is a transformation. And for this transformation to happen, we need a shift in your paradigm. So are you following thus far? If you understand my message, give me a paradigm in the chat, because I don't want to move on unless the message is loud and clear. Because this, when people hear like mindset, they just switch off. But by the time they need it, it is too late. Okay, now, I've heard questions like this. Sean, I understand now. You keep saying that, oh, I must change my paradigm, but how? Exactly how do I change it? Today's training is going to break down for you once and for all what exactly goes into a paradigm. Okay, I'm going to walk you through how the shift, okay, the shift through the phases, the shift in your paradigm. I'm going to walk you through exactly what happens in the shift. Okay, but before I get started, I want you to comment below, and it doesn't have to be fixed. You can always change it. Okay, but give me a first draft. Okay, there's no right or wrong. Comment below what you want your monthly income goal to see and to be. And I want you to stretch yourself by a little bit. Okay, give yourself that little bit of discomfort. Don't stay in a comfort zone. Okay, don't write something that you're already comfortable with. Okay, challenge yourself. And what I'm going to show you today, I pulled it out from my core program, Six Figure Closer, under the self mastery pillar. So there are three main pillars in my program. Under identity, my method, okay, before you start seeing this being copied by the other teachers, okay, you saw it here first. It's called the core code cracking. Everyone's inner maze is different. Your struggles, your upbringing, your beliefs, your paradigm is unique to you. So for the shift to happen, you must find your code. And what do you do with the code? You crack the code. This is why the programs you see in the internet, one size fits all. The hype is strong, yes. The theory is strong, yes. The external skin is strong, yes. But where is the substance? Why are so many closers still stuck? How many closers do you know are doing this successfully full-time? And I'm not talking about those that sell sales training to sales closers and they have not sold anything at all, not in mindset, not in fitness, not in marketing, not in branding, not in relationships. I'm talking about real closers that do this full time. How many do you know are doing this full time? So a one size fits all program, if that's being sold to you, I would like you to run, because everyone's code is different. So I want you to focus on your code. This is going to be a little bit overwhelming, and I know the words may not be clear. So I'm going to give you access to the notes. If you want the notes, comment #notes below, and my team will forward the resources to you. Okay, for now, just listen to what I say. Take some time to write down 3 things that if you knew, you would achieve your income goals. This is what I call the winning pieces. So put your thinking cap on. This is unique to you. Okay. For those of you watching this training in the members area, there will be worksheets for you to fill out. Okay, so I want you to pause this video right now, go over to the worksheets, and write your answers down. Okay, here are some examples. If you know that the main block in your success are your beliefs, then the first thing should be I need to understand how to break, build, and advance my beliefs about success, about wealth, about my performance, about my self-belief, true or false. If you know that my next winning piece is I don't just want an influencer that has no funnel. The funnel sometimes is on, sometimes it's off. I want an A+ influencer with everything dialed in so that I actually have consistent leads to close for. If you know that that is the next winning piece you want, write it down. If you know that, okay, I have everything dialed in, it's me, like it's my own closing skills, there's something in me that's not working, okay, then you have to know that my main focus is to increase my stillness, my structure, my substance. And from this process, increase my results. Because if you can control this process, you can control this. But if you chase this, you can't get this. This is like the three biggest pillars that you need in your life right now. And you don't have to really write everything out right now because it's going to take some deep reflections. Deep reflections. Right in the beginning of my closing career, I sat down and I asked myself, what are the three biggest things that if I knew, if I focused on understanding, I would succeed? Okay, the three biggest pillars. Okay, so go ahead and pause this video, or you can always come back to the replay. Pause right now and go to the worksheets and take some time to identify what are the three biggest pillars. Okay, and then come back, comment. Okay, you can send your worksheets to me. Okay, and let me have a look. Number two, I want clear targets. So many closers, when I ask them for their targets, they say, oh, I want to build my focus. I want to have gratitude. Oh, I want to role play. These are not targets. Those are vague, ambiguous terms that your paradigm tricks you to use so that you don't have to progress. If your first thing you wrote down is, oh, the main thing is really my belief. Okay, what belief? Okay, this belief that I can't stomach the success that I want, this belief that I can't perform under pressure, this belief that I can't be consistent, whatever it is, okay, by when? By this date, specific date, I will completely break this belief. I will build a new one. I will go and find out how. I will find a teacher and learn, and I will use it in my daily life to hit my core goal. Okay, the core goal comes from here. Okay, if you know that what you need is the dream team right now? What kind of team? The specifics. How is their brand? How is their delivery? How is their funnels? How is their lead flow? Okay, what is the deadline for you to join what team in what niche? Be specific. Don't just say, oh, I want influencer. That is a lie. Okay. If you know that, okay, I have most of the pieces dialed in, I'm just for whatever reason, I'm stuck here. But my target is to get here. Okay, this increases my monthly income from here to here. Okay, project your own numbers accordingly. If those of you that are already closing, okay, you should know how to do this. Okay, so once again, come back to the replay, pause this video, go over to the worksheets and fill out your answers. Okay, once you're done, send it to me. Number 3 is the habits. And I really want to drill this in. I want you to see the light. So many of you, you are feeling down, you're feeling demoralized because you're looking at your present results. There's no use looking at the present result because your present results is just reflecting. It is just reflecting all of your old habits, true or false. Now, if you can change the habits, if you can change your habits, I guarantee you your results will change. The question is, what are the habits you're going to change? And are you going to consistently focus on them? And ask yourself, these 3 new habits, if I consistently focused on these new routines, these new habits for 90 days, what would happen? Is it scary? Maybe. Is it unknown? Of course. But would you rather walk this path or stay the same for 90 days? Stay the same for 3 years? Which one is easier? You decide. Example number 1, I don't actually understand how to break my beliefs. I don't understand how to build my beliefs. I need a proven process. I will find that process. I will find that teacher. I will invest in that teacher and learn so that I solve this problem in 90 days instead of trying to be smart and waste time in my comfort zone. And 3 years pass, I'm still stuck in the same place. Example number 2, whatever the other closers are doing, I need to stop following them. Because if it's not working from them, if they are not closing full time, if my coach is not closing full time, if my coach can't show me proof that he or she has actually went without any sales experience to consistently land influencers and close remotely full time, why am I learning theory from that coach? So I will stop all this BS and focus on the things that count. I will land interviews, I will brand myself, I will build my beliefs, I will change my lifestyle. I will focus on me. Number 3, I will stop sleeping late. I will cut down on my entertainment. I will focus on specific routines that help me to study better. And when I say study, I mean study your niche, study closing. Help me to focus more. When I sit down 3 hours, I will get shit done. Focus on my mental fitness, my mental stamina. What are the 3 biggest habits that you want to see in the new you? Okay, and make sure that these 3 habits, it directly corresponds to the 3 targets. You can see this 3 is a direct extension to this 3, yes? And this 3 is a direct connection to these three. Now, are you starting to see the trend? Okay, this is how I crack the closest code. Okay, so check. Do your three habits. Okay, so pause the video, pause the replay. Take some time to fill up your habits. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, the good thing about documents like this is anytime you can always edit. Okay, so don't beat yourself up. Just draft something out. Okay, and then send it to me. You can always improve it over time, which you should. Okay, and check. Do these habits. Okay, so pause and then do the worksheets and send it to me. Okay. Now check. Do these habits lead to your targets? Do these habits lead to the targets? Ask yourself, do they connect? Do they make sense? Don't tell me, oh, my habits, I want to brush my teeth, I want to watch a Netflix, I want to role play, and don't laugh because some closers live like that, and you know it. So if those are your habits, don't lie to yourself. Even if years pass, you're not getting here. Okay, and then you can forget about getting this. And then you can forget about getting this. So they have to connect. Do you understand? Do the targets lead to acquiring the know-hows? When I focus on this, you can see, check the notes. Okay, check the notes. When I focus on this, it clearly leads me to this. Okay. When I invest in this, it clearly leads me to this. When I invest in this, okay, it clearly leads me to this. So they all connect. Okay, don't be random. I don't want a random work. I want to see a clear connection. Okay, that's acquiring my know-hows. If I achieve these three, will I achieve these three? So look at the whole equation and ask yourself, are you truly prepared to be a six-figure closer? Because this is the identity you need, and you can't buy this, you can't download this, you have to train. Make sense? If you're following so far, if the equation makes sense, give me a make sense in the chat. Let me know if I explained this equation properly. The final piece. What is the thing throughout the good days and the bad days? It allows you to enjoy this journey. To always have the passion. Some of you go into your work, you have no passion because you hate it. Okay, but in this closing career, for you to stay long term, just the money is not enough. You have to have that sense of urgency, that sense of enjoyment, that fire in you. Okay, why? Why will you have that fire? And why must you have that fire now? Why not next month? Why not take your time? Why not give it another 3 months? You're getting your salary. What's wrong with the salary? What's wrong with the paycheck? I don't know about you, okay, but in 2018, I was hell bent. I had no backup plan. I had no job. I had $2 in my wallet. I was driven to create the success I want. I didn't hang out with my friends. I didn't waste time outside. I did not waste time in my comfort zone. I did not go get a job. My back was against the wall, but I told myself I will have my own place. I will build my own future. I will have a place in the market where I will be valued. I will be respected. I will deliver massive value. That was my commitment to myself. The last thing I want is to let my time and my energy bleed away because of some stupid comfort zone and my old paradigm take over. I am done with what most people call stability. I don't believe in that. I am done selling my life away. This is my mission statement. It's my why. If you don't understand this thing, it has no feel. This one, it has no fire. This one, it has no power. And you're not getting this. So pause the video, go to the replay, go to the worksheet, and type your mission statement. Be honest. Don't copy mine. Be honest with your own thoughts. Okay, so pause and go do it. So now, do you see how the entire equation works? If yes, give me a yes in the chat. Okay, have a look. This is the new paradigm that I want you to have. It's a new thing, it's a new world. You have an income goal, you know the core pillars that you want to build that leads to that income goal. Okay, and you set clear targets, achievable targets that are achievable because, not because of your imagination, not because of hard work. I repeat, not because of hard work, but because you have the right habits. There is a difference. Okay, because if you don't have the one in blue, if you don't have this, you keep the old paradigm. You keep the old habits. Oh, role play, go to work. Oh, I'm so tired. Oh, I don't know how to apply. I don't know how to brand myself. Oh, screw this shit. I hate my job. But I don't know what to aim at. And I don't know how to build what pillars. And so you stay stuck at here. So whatever that is happening, there is a reason. And after today's training, I hope that you'll be crystal clear that this is what it is. Your life is in this equation. Your choice. Do you want this? Do you want the old paradigm or do you want the new paradigm? Put in the chat. Old or new? Old or new? Now you can't unsee this. Now you can't unhear this. And my question to close is, my question to you, is it okay to ignore this? Are you okay pretending you didn't see this? Be aware of how your paradigm catches you off guard. Your paradigm tells you things like, it's okay, you have time. You don't need to make the sacrifice. All this is, you already know it. You see, your paradigm doesn't want to die. It's programmed to survive. And if you try, it will resist. I've had students in my program that because they shift their paradigm, okay, they have a migraine for one entire week. You know, they shut down for one entire week. For no reason, the Wi-Fi goes down for one entire week. You can't explain that. What's happening? The paradigm is manifesting reasons, excuses for you not to change. And the closer you are to change, the more violent, the more clever your paradigm tries to outsmart you. It tells you just go back to your job for one more day. Just take one more month of salary. Just watch one more series on Netflix. Just take a few more hours of nap and one more, one more, one more. And 5 years pass. They are still stuck. Because why? The paradigm was never addressed. It was never broken. It was never reprogrammed. It's still outsmarting them. And my question to you is, look at your paradigm. No matter how hard it is, I want you to look at your paradigm and see it for what it is. It is a program. That's what it is. And this is the program. It's what I call the loop of doom. It's the 4 steps. No goal, no know-how, no targets, no results. And the paradigm tells you it's okay. This is life. Especially if you grew up with all these beliefs, it's just going to repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. And if you are okay with that, carry on. If you're truly okay with that, my training, my program is not for you. Continue to buy other people's stuff, continue to buy programs. continue to wait. So I can't help you. But if you are absolutely determined to take full control, you say, no, no matter how difficult it is, I will take control. If that is you, give me an I in the chat because your I is powerful. You build your habits, you set your targets, you acquire the know-how, you hit your goals, and you reinvest that success in another cycle. And you reinvest in another cycle. And you reinvest in another cycle. And you reinvest until you're finally free from the old life. I don't even recognize the me before 2018. The old Sean is dead. I would never have allowed this to happen. And it was tough. I broke down so many times. I know it's not easy, but this is not where I want to be. This is where I want to be. So now that you see what exactly goes into my definition of a paradigm, okay, of course, the why is in the center. Your mission statement should be in the center. It is the heart of why you do everything that you do. And to some closes, they quietly stay stuck forever. Either they don't reach out or they are okay. They are in this state where I want to change my place of living. I might want to relocate someday. I might want to get my own place. I want to build my own life, find a partner, settle down or whatever, pursue my passions. But I'm kind of okay because my job pays me well. So it's not that bad. I think maybe as I get better, things will change. This is what's happening. And if you're okay with that, carry on because that's not who I'm looking for. These are my students. Elaine broke down many times. She's a stay-home mother of two. The learning curve was so overwhelming for her. And yet, she was able to achieve massive results in my program. This is Cole. She lives in Hong Kong. Her goal is to get her own place, migrate to a better country, a different country, stuck for 3 weeks, and then boom, 4,400. This is Andrew, landed his A plus influencer. This is dream influencer, massive lead flow. So now the money is coming in, but they had to really, really fight out of this to make the sacrifice, to make the commitment to get to here. This is me. I was my first student. I was the first student of my own program because there was none. I had to create it based on my own results. Okay, the first of many 4 5-figure months. So as I was saying, some of the words might not be clear. So if you want the notes, give me a hashtag notes in the comments in the chat. Okay, if you are watching the replay in the members area, you will be able to download them as well as the worksheets. I want to see your worksheets. This training itself is useless if you just theory. I don't want your theory. The theory is no use. Get out of this. Do the work. Okay, block time out today. Complete the worksheets. Put your heart into the worksheets. Fill it out. Type it out. And send me personally, Okay, contact me, send it to me. I want to see your work. I want to see how are you going to get out of this to get here. Okay, and now you know there is a way. These guys, they were even more stuck than you. And if they can do it, if a guy from Singapore with no sales experience, we don't live in the States. If we can do it, you have no excuse. In the past, before you met me, you might say that it is not possible, blah, blah, blah. No. Now, with me, that statement does not hold true anymore. Today, with my system, with my process, with my guidance, this is now a reality. And this is not some internet marketing hype thing. If you don't have what it takes, don't become my student. Okay. But if you have seen the light and you want to speak with me about how you can enroll in my program so that I can continue to train you, the best way for me to help you to get you out of here is to train you. As much as I would love to continue coaching you for free, there's only so much I can do. I have to give priority to my students. Okay, so if that's you and you want to work with me in my programs, excuses, throw them away. Obstacles, throw them away. Make a decision. It's here or here, and I can get you to here. If you do the work, if you make the sacrifice, I can get you here. If that is you, head over to my profile. Okay, you know where to find me on Facebook. Okay, if you don't, head over to sena.live/FB. Okay, and I want you to send me a DM with the hashtag identity. Okay, give me a DM, hashtag identity. And let's see if you have what it takes to be my student. My expectations are not easy. If you're not willing to make the sacrifice, if you're not willing to put in the work to get uncomfortable, go join other programs, go do other stuff, stay in your job. But if you're done with that, you want to get from here to here, go to my profile right now, send me a one-word message, hashtag identity, and let's have a second conversation about how you can become my student, how you can understand and use my program to permanently destroy this cycle and build the new you. The you that you know at your absolute best, you are capable of being that person, of living that lifestyle, of having the six-figure identity. So if that's you, go over to my profile, send me a one-word message, hashtag identity. This one word could potentially change your entire life. And I am not kidding. Hashtag identity. Comments, questions, feedback, send them my way, and I will see you in the next training. Okay, fill up your worksheet, send it to me, and let's talk soon. Have a good day.